We got Tristen Lane here, and we're talking about like super crazy lines. No, and when I saw him in press day, what he was doing is it took him forever to even jump on, because that jump on and then off, that was real hard. Did you ever jump onto that?
I did. You're talking about the triple onto the table?
After the finish line,
yeah.
the first big triple.
So I went 3 on, off, triple, but which is like the standard decent line. But I think that there's a couple guys that might try and go over the tabletop somehow and then do a different sequence. But the line that there is the 3 on, off, triple is pretty fast. It's really the other rhythm, the far rhythm that's like after the start. That's where I'm getting eat up a bit, because I'm not doing the 3-3 out. I'm doing like the main triples in the rhythm, but I'm not doing this 3-3 on the exit of it. So.
Well, that third one, it's a real small.
Right. It's literally like this face, like this high, and then the landing's like this high, and it's like sharp. And it's one you have to seat it. Well, you don't have to, but most everyone that's been doing it is seating it. And I put my tail in between my legs a little bit on that one.
Dude, I don't blame you. I was almost pissing my pants watching you guys do it.
Right.
That seat bounce, it's such a small one to where it feels like it's going to do this to you.
Right, and I think for me, I just made a decision this morning. I'm like, you know how it is, like you sometimes have to be like, I'm either going to jump it or I'm not. And I think I just made the decision, I'm going to go 2, 3, 1. I say that, I could end up changing it once the gate drops, but I'm just doing like the next fastest thing, which is like, all right, but I think all those little differences are what's making the time, because it's really close. Like, I know the top guys are quite a bit faster, but like my bubble right now is there's a lot of guys, so we'll see. But the start separates them.
Well, and that's smart of you. That shows your experience to be able to go, you know what, as opposed to having it in my head every lap that like, I'm going to hit it this lap, I'm going to hit it this lap. Right. Now you can focus on charging the rest of the track.
Right. It's so easy to like get mind effed over one obstacle, but the truth is, like I found out last week, and if you get a good jump and a good start, it can just all of it goes out the window. You know how it is. You get out front and everything changes. So I'm trying to just put all my energy now into just my start and executing good rhythms. Like, don't make a lot of mistakes. I think the track being long will be tiring. So yeah, I know you're good.
I'm trying to just make things easier on you. I forgot how tall you are. You're what,
6'1", 6'2". Yeah.
6'1". Okay. How much do you weigh?
180 pounds.
Okay. Yeah,
we're one of the bigger Supercross guys. We're not Vinny Bloss status, but I'd say for most Supercross people, as you know, are pretty little. So yeah, I'm decent size. Yeah. I feel too tall on my bike most times. So.
Well, you're perfect for the 450.
Right.
I don't envy you trying to make it happen in the 450 class this year.
Right.
So
think about it. Let me know.
It is gnarly. Yeah. I definitely will say this. It's the hardest I've ever raced, and I think if you look at the stats, it's probably one of the most stacked seasons ever. But it's cool though, because I look at it as an opportunity. Like when you do good or you're in the main, it's like, you know, no one can take it away from you. Whereas last season, every time I'd be in a main event, I feel like people just thought it was like because there wasn't a lot of guys in it. So it feels a little sweeter when you do it. But yeah, it's tough. I mean, like, you got to be on your A game. So tonight, I'm definitely like, I know what's ahead. It's gonna be a lot. You got to fight for every position, because those guys are.
Let's not have you in the LCQ this time.
Right.
Last weekend, that was I got to give you some props for that.
Thanks.
One. That one was crazy.
Yeah.
I feel bad for Jerry, but that was one of the most exciting races of the night.
Yeah, it was. It's always chaos. I just feel like you never can give up, because you could be out of a transfer spot and then some kind of carnage happens, and if you're there to capitalize, you can reap the reward. But for me, the heat is like, I'm trying to put my sights on that, because you're right, you get 9 out of the heat, 4 of the LCQ. So if you can get a good jump in the heat and run up front and just fight and hold it off, it's probably worth doing it. No, it is worth doing, not probably, because the LCQ is carnage.
The start, are you planning on trying to be on the inside, or are you thinking outside's better?
So my gate pick, unfortunately, is not going to be very good. I think like 17th gate pick for the heat. So my odds are probably that I'm going to be pushed outside, but if I have an opportunity to go inside, I'm going to take it. So I think if you can, I would be inside, just because the way the start funnels, I feel like if you can be on that left side on the rhythm, you have a better chance at, you know, it's a left and then another left. So I'm like, if I can be on the left side of the rhythm section going away from the start, it'll help me, protect the inside and all that. Whereas if you're outside, you're gonna have to do like a Hail Mary. And I've done it before, but you know how it is. Like if you get there first, it's great. But if you're not, you get pushed super far wide. So I'm anticipating anything, but we'll see.
And you don't want to Evan Ferry tattoo.
Right. Yeah, shout out Florida guy Evan. I'm glad he's okay. Don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Don't want to do that.
But at the inside, it looks as if you're having to go around one of the landings of the double across.
Right.
Way on the inside.
Right, and I think that's the double-edged sword. Is like you want to be inside, but if you're like the opportunity that I'll probably have if I get to go inside is going to be either the first gate or like some really bad rut probably because of the gate pick I allotted myself with my qualifying time. So we'll see, but I'm just, like I said, I still think I'd rather risk being inside than being too far out. So everything can change, but that's kind of my game plan right now.
And then that next rhythm, it looks like just the inside and then seat bounce on, off to start the triple.
There's like a plateau / like knuckle thing, and if you can get to the top of the table and then go off, like a step on, step off essentially after the start, that's fast, because if you go to like a little bit lower and you jump off the top, it's just like probably a tenth or a quarter slower. But on the first lap, obviously, your goal is to be up front enough to even hit that obstacle and then do the sequence of triples after. So I was thinking of that too. Like if you get a bad start, you may not even be able to do the right rhythm. So yeah, it's tough. It's an interesting track. Interesting. So
on that hook, it looks like everything is going to funnel to one line before the two hard triples at the end, which might end up being so worn down to where some of the guys just stop doing it altogether.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I don't know how it'll be in the race, but if we're going to be the first ones, like I'm heat 1, so the track will be fresh. It might be a little slippery with water and stuff, but it should be good. So I think it's just going to be go all out, just a full send session. So we'll have fun.
We appreciate you, Tristen.
We appreciate you. Thanks, man.